What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is Saturday over here. Hope you guys are doing great, having a good weekend, and have fun things planned other than looking at crypto charts. But you still got to look at crypto charts. Bitcoin is on the move, right? It had a pretty good week, right? Expect some altcoin movements as I'm already seeing over this weekend, okay? Um, we're going to be talking about Bitcoin real quick because it is still the main driver of this market. Had a pretty good weekly move here. Not expected to do too much over this weekend. So we're going to take a look into the charts real quick for that. But the main topic for this video will be about Moonbeam, GLMR token. See what has gone on in this market since the last time I've talked about it. Looking at some upside and downside price targets, see if anything has changed. Also going to be taking a look into some key price levels. This price action does need to break in order to go either direction. Just got to keep it realistic for you. I'm going to be giving you guys my personal sentiments and opinions on this market later in this video, so make sure to stay around for that. Lastly, of course, none of what I'm saying here is financial advice. It's purely my personal opinions and speculations. I could very well be wrong. I am not a financial advisor nor an elite trader of any sort, even though I'm a profitable trader who's been able to keep most of my profits during the last bear market, but I'm looking to crush it here for the next bull cycle. So if you guys feel the same way, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let's get right into the charts. All right, so we do have GLMR here, right? Currently down over 2% today, right? What could be happening in this market? We're going to take a look into this coin real quick first, and then we're going to move on to Bitcoin, just very briefly, because I've already talked about that a lot in my first post today. If you guys are interested in that, do take a look. It's very important because if Bitcoin crashes, it doesn't matter how good of a setup you have on your altcoins, right? It's probably most likely going to run shorts because Bitcoin is going to crash your party, okay? Most likely. Let's take a look into GLMR, right? I talked about this big pattern right here, this falling wedge, right? It has basically formed this falling wedge since about February of this year, since it has hit about a high of about 58 cent area, right? And then came all the way down to about the 16-cent area. So it's definitely not a fun hold, right? If you guys held through this, I've done it before. There's lessons to be learned from this. I've helped many losers before and I learned from it, right? That is the main takeaway you can get from, just taking losses like these, right? So should definitely reflect on what could have been done better. Me now is like, I actually take a look into the Bitcoin charts, which is the most important. Take a look into the altcoin chart to see if you even have a good setup, and then finally picking an entry point. That is basically my 3-step process, right? So make a process because you want consistency, okay? So basically what I'm seeing here, GLMR has broken out as of this week's candle, right? Has came all the way up to about 28 cent area, which is kind of short of the target, right? The target, we're going to move this measured target a little up. Adjusted for this breakout point, you're going to get a measured target of about 41 cent area here, okay? So price action went as far up as 28 cents. Let's see if this is going to keep going because measured targets are estimates only, okay? Do your Google searches, homework on what some of these trading concepts mean. Falling wedges, measure targets, measure moves. It is free public knowledge. Just Google. Let's take a look into, since the price action has broken out, right? Has hit about 28 cents, right? And it basically has came back down here to about, 23 cents. A little under 23 cents right now, okay? I talked about the smaller falling wedge on this daily time frame, right? Broke out of that, and then this it has met that measure target, right? The measure target of the smaller falling wedge was 21 cent area, right? So we're gonna put this away because we don't need those trend lines anymore. And it has basically hit that target and above, right? Let's see what could be going on here. So basically, since it has actually broken out of the daily time frame here, let's take a look into a smaller time frame and see if we can get any clues on if there's possible movement, right? All right, we're gonna go to the 4-hour time frame and see if we can get any clues here. So we do have bearish divergence on this 4-hour time frame. That's basically where you're getting a higher high on the price action chart. You got your higher high right here compared to this high. However, you got a lower high on your RSI. That's bearish divergence. Usually signals a pullback, right? It has basically broken below the 4-hour 21 SMA, which is the blue line here, right? Looks like let's see what is actually supporting the price action right now. Let's go over to the 6-hour. It has actually broken below that as well. And on the 6-hour, you're gonna see more bearish signals right here. You're gonna see well, actually, no. I thought it was gonna be double. Well, you do have bearish divergence, more bearish divergence here, right? Higher high, lower high on the RSI, higher high again, lower high on the RSI. That tells you that the bulls are exhausted, okay? So let's take a look into, do we have any patterns here that we could at least get a good sense of, what could be going on, right? I don't see any particular patterns here, right? This looks like it could be a head and shoulders pattern. Let's see, right? No, this is not a head and shoulders pattern because in my opinion here, this third top here is kind of equal to the second top. So in my opinion, only it's not a head and shoulders pattern. I don't see it. I mean, my best guess here is that it's gonna form some type of a cup and handle, right? But you don't know where the bottom of the cup is, right? So you just have to pay attention. Let's see if we can get any clues on the hourly time frame, right? On where the potential bottom is. You're gonna get possibly a falling wedge here. Very possibly. I'm just going to consider that third wick to be touching. It's very close. I'm going to consider it. This is the 30-minute time frame, by the way. Now, I know a lot of you guys did write in the comments from the last video, right? Telling me that, my predictions were right. I really don't want to take credit for it because really I'm just drawing out what's on the charts here for you. I didn't make the chart, but I'm really just drawing out what is here for you. So I wish I could take the credit, but I can't because I'm just really pointing out the data for you that's already there, right? If you guys want to be able to do this yourself, you do want to learn technical analysis, which is the most important tool, in my opinion, to stay alive in this market if you want to trade, right? I've been in here for 4 years, and this is pretty much the only tool that I use, and I am basically doing this independent of other people's opinions on YouTube at this point. And in my opinion, it's very important that you guys do so as well. So let's come back to the chart here. I wouldn't say this is a falling wedge because we do have we do have a widening, um, channel, right? So it's not a falling wedge yet. But what I think it is a falling wedge, right? I'm just saying. I think it's probably you're gonna get you want to be tracking the hourly 200 SMA because that's usually a pretty strong support in the short term. So if the hourly 200 SMA is coming up, but the price action hasn't came down to it, so just play around with the bottom trend line here. And as long as you have a widening opening and a tightening closing, you still have a falling wedge. Or even if you have two parallel lines, you will still have a falling channel, which is still a bullish pattern, right? So in my opinion, you want to be tracking the hourly 200 SMA, not financial advice. Don't act open trades based on just what I'm saying here if you have no idea what I'm talking about, right? Because it's not financial advice. Now, that's basically what I'm seeing. I think it's probably going to form some type of falling wedge first, and then we can come back and take a look if it forms a cup and handle, because that's very just preliminary guess. It's not formed yet, right? So I'm going to be taking a look into this. If enough of you guys want to see it, more updates on GLMR, go ahead and like, subscribe, comment on this video. Let's take a look into some key price levels in this market right now. Some key price levels here. Okay, we have the daily 200 SMA currently at about the 27 cents area, which is probably responsible for the rejection of the price action, right? That is a huge moving average. And I would bet that a lot of sellers who knows how to read the charts probably took profits at that level. You probably don't want to test that level too much if you're an experienced trader or if you've been in the market for a little while, right? Let's go to the 3-day time frame. On the 3-day time frame here, you are basically you have a slight close above the 3-day 50 SMA. It's really hard to see here. That's going to be your support. That's currently at about 23.80. So I mean, it's not really support. I mean, you have a slight close on top of the 3-day 50. Very important to be paying attention to the 3-day 50 SMA right now. About that 24 cents area, I'm just gonna say, to be even, right? Your 3-day 200 SMA is way out there. I wouldn't even pay attention to that right now. It's way out there at about 87 cents area. So those are going to be some resistances to be paying attention to. You guys can exercise the same drill for the weekly, monthly timeframes or whatever timeframes you guys are focusing on. But that's just some of the key resistances I'm pointing out to you. There's going to be others based on past trading history as well, based on whatever time frame you guys are trading on. So, run over that exercise yourself. Let's take a look into some key supports. Okay, key supports here. You did reclaim the daily 50 SMA, the gray line here, way back at about 19 cents area. Daily 21 SMA about that 19 cents area, about to cross over the 50. You got your 3-day 21 SMA about that 20 cents area as well. So quite a bit of support at about that 20 cents area. You guys can do the same thing for the key supports as well. You can probably also point out some past trading history here as well. It's going to get pretty hard to read, right? Yeah, that 19 cents to 20 cents area, quite a bit of support, right? That was that basically your all-time low? I mean, it's really hard to tell from 19 cents area would be your next key support. 19 to 20 cents area, right? And then your all-time low seems to be at about that 16.50 cents area. Okay. So that's basically what I'm seeing for GLMR. my overall sentiment on this market is still bullish, right? Because Bitcoin has been able to stay away from a very bearish breakdown so far. Very important to keep paying attention to what's going on in Bitcoin. Recently, Bitcoin did have a pretty good pump for the week. And then, for the lower time frames there, right? Very important to be paying attention to what's going on here as well, because it's about to hit some pretty strong and strong resistance, in my opinion, about that 28K level, weekly 200 SMA, weekly 21 SMA, daily 200 SMA. It's all there, right? So expect some volatility as price action get into that zone, and as well for the altcoins as well, because Bitcoin will affect the altcoins. Now that's basically what I'm looking at. If you guys want to see more of GLMR, like, subscribe, comments. I will see you guys on the next post. Thank you very much.